This is a SOS. Look, I am a victim of slavery. I feel like these musicians have been using me as some sort of like way to gain a lot of publicity, and using networks I know. Like, it's criminally, the book that I read, they, as payment for a debt, they come and take your resources, your support systems, your networks. Big mafias come after that. So for some reason, somebody's indebted me illegally, and somebody has filled some backdoor, I don't know if it's just a gangster or an actual doctor, they've filled my stomach with all these fibers. It's starting to come out in my skin now. Massive lines of this kind of like this plastic. This is a war crime. I've given enough. They want more and more out of me. Everything that I've created from 8 years seems to be going to this music industry, as this Russian has been selling my intellectual property, and now I'm being used as a medical experiment and a specimen. A specimen or a species is kind of when you're treated less than a human. And I'm begging for mercy because I feel like I don't deserve it, because I was doing well at my mum's. And I am a great administrator, and I feel like this is total racism from fascist beauty. Like, just kind of like saying that because they've got attractiveness that they get to take whatever they want, or because they're part of some sort of like club of like, I don't know, social media stars or whatever they kind of club they're in. It's some sort of, gives them some sort of precious like ways to get into groups that can get hold of mafias that hack. I'm telling you, I'm extremely vulnerable and almost extinct. As in this country, I need to get out of here, and I need help, because I need you to understand I've been used in publicity from some sort of UK establishment, and also Iran, is it Iran? Israel. They've made an Israel-Palestine state, as in these groups are creating a massive Ponzi scheme in these factories, these death factories, where I'm being kept in shame and humiliation as a dog. And I'm just saying, I'm trying to create, but what I want you to know is I was doing some nice things in Australia, and I unfairly just got put to death. Like, this is the kind of stuff I was doing in Australia. You know, like, and it all got taken off me, which is a genocide, where other people take the credit for what you're doing or the earnings of your labor. I was slave laboring, and they were taking it, and Leanne's sort of taking over, like this is her name, but it's actually mine. I've done the research of the nutrition over the years. But so why is she being treated so differently? Because we have similar skills, but actually I've got more skills of white collar. She's probably a better baker than I am, and she's, you know, got resources to sit there and learn art, but I don't. I'm actually like really being abused. I should have the right to live in a peaceful country without anti-Semitism, you know, and I was knitting a whole lot of stuff. And my interest was going to a refugee camp in Australia to be social. And suddenly I got kicked out of there because they didn't want me talking about Kiki or Poppy. And because I said this is abuse, I just got tortured in a bus that I was an ugly mutt. And then they just put me to death. Because I saw that I was getting sexually abused. I was getting sexually abused on some bus, and I knew I was in the toilet, and I've actually got some letters in about 2 years ago asking for help with the toilet, and a year ago asking the Red Cross to help me with the toilet, and yet I don't get the help. They continued the kill switch. So, and now I'm being thrown in the trash. There's endless photos of me like this, and I'm asking for mercy, because I want you to understand this is a person that's slaving under huge hate and discrimination on the media, because I've become the actual joke of the whole media. But they're torturing me out of the beauty, because see this girl? She changed her looks overnight for this fascist war to be loved, and they changed me into ugly and old overnight. And you don't forget being a beautiful girl. I only just had to concentrate on like looking after people for food, and this is my type of cooking, and they're just giving Leanne the props to do it. And this was my photography, and they don't give me the same treatment. They don't give me the same equal treatment. They're actually denying me the right to do anything, like any work or anything. Like this is, I was making gardens. They're kind of just denying me any rights. Why am I being so trashed till I'm completely worthless? Like, I see the beauty in life, and then everybody's pirated kind of like what I was doing to try and get the most attention, and then they started a movement like this to shut me up. And I was vaginally ripped apart and anally, and I want to tell you, I am a conservative person. I don't want to be known in that way at all, and I would not be filming that in any way. I'm humiliated, for one, and I feel like this is a malicious... I don't know why they're attacking me, and I want to know why. I feel like this is just because either my landlord doesn't like me, or America. Not America. My landlord doesn't like me, or who? That Asian girl. I just feel like it's either those two that hate me, or Ruben, and maybe I pissed him off. I don't understand why I'm suddenly a political prisoner for so long. I've had nothing but racism, and no matter what I do, it's never good enough. And I'm just saying I look lackluster and abused because they poured all this chemicals into me, and they're pouring everything great into Leanne. And even when you go back into my old phones, it's so unfair. They put me to death, and they seal it up. And look at this. This is my essay that I wrote. I didn't plagiarize it. These girls that rose to the top cheated with my logos, with my music, lyrical songs that I wrote, with my designs, with my innovations, and they're going in public getting all the attention and the applause, but it's mine, and I'm saying it's racism. Not only that, I actually got murdered over what my creative ability is, and now they're putting me on a hit list, and I'm under 16 governmental watch lists for whistleblowing and annoying the national security. But it's confusing to me because I thought it was a business, but it's not. The business is the government. And in Nelson, I was educated by some of the locals that the police are after me because I'm on a watch list, and I just was like, how do you know all this? Because it's kind of strange, because a lot of the people were reacting to me in a lot of hatred in Nelson, and I was like, what's this about? Because I don't know anyone. I should be anonymous. And people were reacting, and the post office lady said I'm online saying a lot of stupid things. So my face has been used for years online, and it's not me. Somebody's impostering me online and causing a lot of problems. I don't have Facebook at all. I want you to know that I don't have Facebook. Facebook seems to be, the government seem to be using Facebook as a weapon of war to create a lot of hate. I don't know, but they make money out of this, and they've been streaming me on it for years. and Instagram, they're abusing me as some birthday. And meanwhile, I'm actually a political prisoner because I've actually got no rights. And it's actually, I want to tell you, it's really scary. I'm really suffering anxiety. It's not like you can just look at me on a camera and think she's just in a bed sleeping and she gets up and she looks lazy. But it's not like that at all. It's like, if you've been beaten and beaten for every time you create something good, and then they're looting off you and taking it for the spoils and then pirating it and then making a business and then leaving you destitute and leaving you looking like you copied them, but they actually have copied me. Before that, they've copied all of my niche businesses to do with childcare. Like, they've really slammed my name all over Christchurch to do with childcare. Then they've stopped me doing light work. Like, those K-pops have really destroyed me as some dark witch when I'm a light worker, and it's very scary because it's causing me mental torture because I'm not used to it. I'm used to people being very gregarious with me and calm, and I can't cope. I've got PTSD. They've erased years and years and years of healing work, and they're not sorry. They just want to invade the country. It's America, it's China, it's Iran. They're not sorry. They love the war. They love that I'm being abused. They love that I'm creating things and they're taking money without having to try. They just take people's innovations, and they've sucked the life out of me. They've used me as a rape victim for years. I think they've been raping me all down in Christchurch and taking a lot of money. I've just been used and used and used, and then now they're trying to make me aged and old and ruin my health and throw me in the bin. And it's like, you're really ungrateful. You go around doing these massive like peace circles and talking about gratitude, but you were never grateful. What about all that artwork I just did in Australia? You took it from me. Where's the gratitude from that? You took all my creations. You took my family off me to make yourself rich and famous. Where's the gratitude in that? You've taken my generational wealth and the children in my life to make you a star. Where's the gratitude in that? You've taken my essays to give yourself some glory that wasn't yours. Look, this is an essay that I wrote. Can you read it? I don't really want to read it out loud. It just says that help break the silence around bullying. Help. Because I've been disemboweled. Now I want you to look at war crimes and genocide. I don't have the same rights as you. I'm under structural oppression. I'm forced to move, but I'm under the oppression of these really narcissistic women that are abusing me. These ones that are like, we're the most talented, we've got the most intellectual knowledge, we're the most beautiful, we've got the best colour pussy, we smell the best, we know the best people in town, our food cooking is sensational. So they've gone around being a bunch of real criminal influencers abusing my right to be free and torturing me in every home, filming me, making me like, he's denying me the right to be an influence in this life, so there's apartheid. And I'm asking to ask Amnesty on a payphone to dismantle this apartheid. It is ridiculous to keep me abused from all this influence and denying me the right to social institutions and, you know, just denying me the right to exist and beating me and taking all of my work away from me. So I spend all this time again and again and again, and I'm kept in poverty. They're not sorry I'm dying of AIDS. They're not sorry. They're really happy to have all these Disney stars. They're not sorry. I'm telling you, they're not sorry. India is like taking all of my generational wealth, years and years of love, 3 generations of love passed down, ruined in an instant, and expect me to be cursed for the rest of my life in these pubs as an ugly head. And I'm saying it's very unfair and injustice because I just got sold off into slavery and they made me into this myth and started having these men sleep with me without me knowing and filmed it and then made me look like I was a side hoe. And my thing is, I'm still raw from my face being ruined the first time and they don't let me heal. And so this case, there's a structure of men in power that have decided I am never going to be an influence, that I'm never going to reach the top, that I'm never allowed to be seen, and my landlord's funding this. you know, and I'm just saying, well, I'm in a lot of pain. They've disemboweled me, and I want you to know that all these things that I was creating and all of the things that I had researched to be a great person and all the charity I'd done, I want you to do, like Matt and Ruben, it's become very racist with Brendan and Ryan. It's like the greatest actors, eh? Social class identity in a postmodern setting. I can imagine the title Crash is a representation for how we bring our emotional baggage, beliefs with us when crashing into others' lives and what this effects can cause. So I've got a bad reputation, but I've got loads and loads of foundation. So I've got all of my certificates to go to work, to go to university, to go finish my design school, and then to do counselling. I've got all that. And before this situation, I was very loving and soft, and they're trying to say I'm not in reality. But it's not fair. I don't know how to get into reality, because it's not about reality. It's just social ostracizing and prejudice that I'm not good enough. And I feel beaten. I feel like you're torturing me in an unfair situation, because it's kind of like one person got to be out of the slums and into beauty, and one person got to be like not knowing, like a wallflower, and not knowing how to be glamorous, and she got this huge makeover. And it's like they're both in this situation kind of torturing me next to the way they look. But why did I get disemboweled? If there's no genocide, why am I disemboweled? Why am I having looting? Why are they filming me daily? Why is there all this mass discrimination? They've absolutely ruined my life with this toilet video. She is denying me the right to exist. If you look at all my work, it's really stylish and it's really intellectual. So why do I have to keep being abused? These people, that Samoan family's not at all sorry for what they've done to me. Given me AIDS to take over all of my legacy and glory. They're not sorry. I just had my face drawn, and I'm telling you, I'm a survivor. I got up every day and trooped on and on and on with nobody cheering me on. I got up and did all this artwork. I got up and sold and made all this money, and I was doing all this bohemian rings, and I was doing really well. And then Ruben and John went back and were like telling the people that I was some bitch, and I wasn't. And then everybody just took over a business I was making with Team U gift packets of like this pajama pants and these affirmation jars, and all these homemade candles, homemade oils, homemade, everything was homemade. Now Ruth and Charlotte are bombing the market with all of this, and all of, you know, they've created this forest so I can never break free into the artist part. So they're denying me the right to anything good in my life. I've got art here that I was doing just recently. Why can I not get anybody to help me? It's so I'm not allowed to be part of society. Why aren't they getting done for not giving me a social worker? Like, that shows I need access to help. I want my art and the work that I did back, because, you know, Fatima's being so racist. She just wants to take over everything I create and say that her girls are better than me. But don't copy me, because I need the money. You know, like, I need... And India's taking everything that I'm creating, and they've got an upper hand. They've got all this money. They're actually taking me out of my rights. I'm also being blackmailed on this watch, having fits of rage. But if you were the most diplomatic person in the world and you're being abused and disemboweled, would you be screaming? Oh, it's not just that. It's not about rage. I'm terrified. Why are they beating me up all the time? Like, I'm never allowed happiness. This is what he did to me. There's so many artworks I've done about them knifing me in the back with my heart. He's got all these people, and it's like, do you think me do you think me making this kind of artwork, do you think me doing this kind of stuff means I'm a really hostile, hateful woman, and that's the kind of background I came from? And I've got all these really educated, insightful essays. Do you think I really come from a violent background that wants hate? No, these women are copying everything I do and reducing me to absolutely nothing but a toilet. This is, I mean, how can you compete with people bombing a toilet for 8 years? And they're not letting me be free. I'm a prisoner in my home. I've got no rights to my own freedom. I've got no rights to my own work. If I work, they just film me and take credit for it all. She's already got a fucking mansion from using all of my network. I'm not allowed anything that I worked for. I'm not allowed to be a counsellor. I've got fibres all in my body, so they must have ruined my gut lining and pumped this into my anus to try and kill me and put all this lead and toxicity and fertilizer, and now it's all coming out. And my body's finally coming back to normal. It's gone hard. Because for about 3 months, 4 months, it was really, really wobbly and soft. Like, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And they injected me. I've got HIV, and it's a tragedy. Because I lost my honour because of what they did to me. And it's mine. It's like all that cooking that I just did for my mum. It's like it's all gone. Like, my landlord somebody left me a ruler outside my house and said that my landlord stretched my vagina to erase me. And years ago, when at my flat, they basically left me. When I got picked up after my face got disfigured, they said that my landlord thought I was a slut and put all the sex tapes out and all these shitting tapes out, and I was mortified and I tried to call the cops. You know, and nothing got done. And my face got ruined again and again. This is the kind of room I had in Australia. It wasn't as bright as it, and my bed wasn't as greatly made as it. That's kind of stuff I can do, corporate identity. I'm not allowed to do this, but I got into Massey and I'm denied the right to respect. And it's not enough, it's all about my face, and I want the 69er down. Like, where are these videos? I think these people, I want to call them Cain, because they're not letting me have my glory. So, I don't even have sex. Why are they doing it to me? I'm trying to leave. I need support. I need somebody to help me with disembowelment, but I'm not getting my rights because I want proof. Give me proof about the beast, because she's taken away. Those 7 Indonesian girls are sex workers, and they're taking away my honour with God, and it's a tragedy. I'm just saying, I want somebody to research statistics about people being tortured, because it's almost been about 3 years and I haven't had help, and I finally cracked, and I've been swearing and full of hate, but I wasn't before that. And the fits of rage is because she raped me, and she came up, she goes, "You're so goddamn fucking hot," and it really irritated me till I blew up. So they've taken away my beautiful nature by violently torturing me for such a long period of time, like denying me support and just persecuting me that I'm so fucking hot. God, you're such a big fucking beast. What a hot fucking bitch. Like, really abusing me. And I'm asking, why can't they give me back my tree? It's my tree. It's everything I work for. You're saying I'm such a weird person, but I'm not. It's my tree. And it's everything I worked for, but they just cheat me all the time out of everything I work for. That's everything that I worked for. You stole all the sewing, all the cooking, all the knitting, all the artwork, all of my communications work into everything, and abused my face for decades. And it all just goes back to being in an Epstein group of sex trafficking girls that can run around with their sexy bodies that they spend all day servicing men's penises and come home and work out all day. Like, I want my own life back, and I'm not. He's got me under all this arresting, and it's like, before this happened, my life is peaceful. It's about having a cup of tea, taking time to smell the roses, sitting outside and enjoying my garden. I want a life like that, and they're trying to make me have a life of chaos, of drudgery. They've taken away my honour by making me look like this in the public eye. It's really toxic. Why are they making everybody have such an honourable, life in the public, but I'm being locked up, like, culturally genocide, and also my family genocide? The lawyers have made them sign contracts. That's fucking abuse. This France, this sex trafficker pimp, he is a devil. You don't just take somebody off their family and then torture them to death and take credit for all of their work. There's even more here, you know. So I'm not going to be drawing this stuff. Plus, I've done years of nutritional work and energy, kind of like healing people's hearts. A hardship grant. Oh, what's this? You have an appointment for a hardship grant. We see you have been to Europe and have domestic violence needs after some illicit videos, and you want to apply for money towards car safety and bills coming back from overseas. Let us know when things change. When your situation changes, it's important to let us know straight away. The amount of money you can get from us may change. Oh, because I was applying for a hardship grant. It's a bit, I don't know if I can keep it together. But I've been drawing, why am I not allowed my own? Plus I've done all these logos, plus I did all this knitting. They've stolen my business off me and kicked me out of the own money I was making. Poppy and John, that's my business. Down in Christchurch, they'd been taking away my creative homemade businesses and torturing me, but I don't want them to copy me. And I don't have my own identity anymore because I've been kind of left like I'm unworthy of everything. And she gets to abuse me as a dog. Those people doing art, you know, I don't get to create a beautiful life with peace. And I'm fighting my landlord because they're flooding every niche market I do and making me fight, and they're fighting me dirty. They're opening my vagina and saying, she's hard, and then being like, look at our princess, she sucked about 20 of our Saudi Arabian like tea party this morning, and we're going to treat her like top priority princess. And as these girls like getting into all these influential parties and walking around with prestige and honor and like all this money, and it's like, shouldn't people just, if you're just an artist, be able to move on with your life, like, and just have a peaceful life? So why, I'm asking you, why am I so persecuted? I'm hated wherever I go. I've got no peace wherever I go, and it's like I've got all this hatred from big names, and it's like, but why did you use me? I just want to get on with my life. The big problem was this Swift thing going over in Australia, and so I got brought back here and ruined. Why did they ruin my family? All these girls that were just taking over. I'm very angry about these musicians because they've actually been taking stuff out of my emails, and they're actually taking credit for the work I do, and I fucking think they're racist. I think all those singers are racist because it's my work that I'm doing, and she's just stealing it off me and going and putting me in these human experiments. I look poor, and then just saying it goes to Kiki because we like her, we think she's pretty, we think she's skinny, she brings us money, you don't bring us money, so why take off me? Why bring me in this situation? I'm not allowed to have anything. I don't understand it. So I'm not allowed anything in this life. So if I do it, it's shit. But if she does it, like they treat her with like cruises overseas. They treat her with instant job careers. Her and Kayla, instant everything. But if I do it, I'm laboured and kicked in the face as a dog, tortured in my bed, humiliated, kept on the streets. I'm not allowed my own life. And I'm saying, why do I have to be treated like a dog if I've got the same skills? Like, why are they treating me like that? And how can I be a nice person if I'm abused? Why does Poppy get to lead her life as a beautiful, peaceful angel? That's what I was doing. I'm a counsellor. This isn't my personality. This is a person that's tortured, that doesn't get to have the human needs. She's been persecuted. They're torturing me in these books about my human nature and my mind, and I'm not allowed my own rights to live in peace. And I'm trying to leave. I want to leave this country. I want to live in... I can't live anywhere though, because England's got a class system from India, and I'm saying India should be done for murder because they have stolen all this work that I was doing and given it to Kiki, and she's got too much. She's got too much power. She doesn't need to steal off the poor. And then I wanted a baby, so they've beaten me to death and said she's the greatest mother of all and abused me. Her and Ruben doing this kid thing. Like, why do they do this shit to me? This whole experiment is about taking off me and making them profit. It's not about anything else and about making me the ugliest. Why should they keep taking off me? Everything I've worked for was beautiful and they won't let me be seen by anyone and I don't like it. I feel like I'm being killed. Anyway, there's way more. There's heaps of them. And I'm not getting any profit for anything I do because they make me degraded. And anything I do, the kids flood the market, the adult mums flood the market. They're not letting me have any support systems. Because I'm too fat for your friends or because I'm too ugly. Sorry, can I have some more cup of lead? Because that's all I'm here for, to be this lead-eating piece of shit to keep working for you guys to take all the profit and walk around in your Louis Vuitton bloody bags and your big Gucci fucking outfits and act like you're holier than fucking people that take a shit on a sidewalk. Well, you know what? I've had enough of working for your stupid factory because all of you were from the streets and all of you were trash in the beginning and you're just using all this money to deprive me, and then you go on that I've stolen some food and it's like, yeah, well, you keep me in poverty. What do you expect? It's like you've broken my whole personality apart. Like a real torturing human experiment. It's like, I didn't like that before. I was a very respectful woman. I was a very proper person. And it's like, you just keep abusing me sexually in the public. What do you want from me? It's making me crazy. It's making me angry. I don't have boundaries. You're in my house. You watch me every day. You monitor my day.